Gonna jump the gun a little bit to point out that this week's victim was again the fashion designer from episode 14. I bring this up because after making my review for that episode, I actually stumbled upon an interesting little article explaining how she was voiced by a female comedian named Kintaro. Yes, she chose Kintaro as her stage name. Like what, is she a fan of Golden from FGO? Anyway, I just want to bring this up now because I felt bad not pointing it out back in episode 14. After all, she is a guest star comedian who, like many before her, are bad guys. However, Ruru was unable to tell him anything he already did know about Kurayasu and their president, who we learned his name, Kurai. Because of course, he has to be one of those kinds of company presidents. I bet he'd even put the company's name up for a vote. But yeah, in a surprising bit of competence, Purple had deleted all of Ruru's memories related to Kryos' more top secret info.
Golf clap? Golf clap.
Regardless, the Precure were just happy to have Ruru back, but the same couldn't be said for the young android herself. While she had made amends with the Precure, the fact still remained she had brainwashed Hana's mother, and Ruru rightfully acknowledged that was an absolutely horrible thing to do. Thank you, Ruru! You did not make light of that plot point like many other characters would have. Thus, when they ran into the rest of Hana's family, she does the right thing and fully restores Mrs. Nono's memories. With the knowledge that this girl had deceived her and infiltrated her home, Mrs. Nono chooses the most appropriate course of action. That night, they had curry, which was originally supposed to be pas d'al fou, French beef stew, but the missus messed up the recipe and remade it into what it is now. According to her, mistakes are inevitable. What's important is how we build off of them. Words that seem to strongly resonate with Ruru. Elsewhere, a certain safety-obsessed girl was torturing her poor stuffed animal over what she had seen that day. The next day, Emiru also takes the most appropriate course of action and calls out the Precure and almost exposes their secret identities by shouting it out to the entire school. Emiru, I think you take after your parents more than you realize. Luckily, Ruru is there to capture the loli. God, you win! Within the privacy of Harry's shop, they were able to hear out Emiru's fangirling, which included her doing poses that I'm pretty sure are safe since they're all in-house. For the remainder of the day, she follows the Precure around, commentating on their skills, and I hope Homari's coach didn't hear the part about his student being a super heroine there.
We'll pretend we didn't see that.
Like hell we will.
Emiru also takes the time to reinforce her friendship with Ruru and, okay, I think I found my new favorite Ruru face. This eventually leads them to helping Hana with her music class, and while she was nowhere near as bad as a girl with a name that rhymes with her own, Hana is definitely not joining the Symphogear team anytime soon. That position might be going to Emiru, whom they learn has perfect pitch. With it, they try to get Ruru to join in on their little impromptu music class. And I know what I'm going to turn into my new ringtone. Emiru, however, doesn't feel the same and points out the robotic nature of her singing, which doesn't sit well with the robot. System error. Obvious joke goes here, and moving on. At Kurayasu, Purple was in the middle of her performance evaluation in regards to losing Ruru, and is there really a need for these middle-aged guys to watch Ruru gives to her by reenacting Electric Soldier Porygon?
Isn't this that cartoon that causes seizures?
Regardless, Emiru still believes the two of them together could become Precure, only for Ruru to turn her down, saying that she could never have as pure and innocent a heart as the young girl with massive dreams. Seeing her friend suffering from an inferiority complex, Emiru wanted to cheer her up with her music, so she began training at Harry's shop because she didn't want. It's also at this point in the episode that we get Kintaro becoming the victim of the week, as I mentioned at the top of the review. Fun fact, one of Kintaro's most well-known routines is impersonating Atsuko Maeda, a former member of the idol group AKB48. I will spare you all the image I found of a woman in her mid-30s trying to impersonate a good fight, with the monster even changing things up a little by form changing at one point into a sailor uniform. Kind of like the ones worn. During all of this, Purple tries to draw Ruru back to their side by pointing out that she was a heartless machine who couldn't bond with anyone. To which she was immediately proven wrong by a young girl who recognized her as something much more. The main trio defeat the Oshimaida after dealing one hell of an uppercut. Thus, the episode ends with Ruru and Emiru singing her new song in place of the show's usual ending theme. Fun fact, the song's lyrics IRL were actually written by head writer Fumitsu Boda. I've said it once and I'll say it again. This lady really loves writing for this show. So yeah, no Six Rangers this week. Though, honestly, as soon as I heard that special ending theme, I completely forgot all about it. Okay, but seriously, there was a lot of heartwarming moments in this episode. From Mrs. Nono unconditionally welcoming Ruru back into the family, to pretty much every scene with Ruru and Emiru. The latter might be a little thick-headed and needs to turn down the volume, but if anything else, she was dedicated, be it to her music or a girl who was clearly lost. Yes, it would have been nice to see the debuts of some new heroines, but as I said, Ruru did commit crimes that won't just go away instantly. Even if her victims forgive her, she still needs to learn how to forgive herself. Luckily for her, the recovery process has been made a lot easier thanks to a young girl who, despite coming from an oppressive environment, wanted to break free. And she wanted to share that freedom with someone who was slowly removing the shackles of her own past. These two were originally a great comedy pair, and while they still kind of are, they've slowly become something else. I am really looking forward to seeing more of these two together, even if it involves Kintaro and her nonsense. The Sweet Pretty movie review is almost done, and I should have it up probably by Wednesday. I'm not making any promises. And then a week or two after that, I should be able to finally complete the special side project I've been hinting at. Look forward to both of them, and until then, though, farewell for now, my friends. And I think I gotta go watch some SNL to remind myself of what good impersonations look like.